Today I'm going to be talking to you all about selling digital products, which I talk about all the time, but today I really want to talk about it in a very specific, broken down way. I want it to be so easy for you to understand step one through I don't even know how many steps, and I want to share details, screen sharing. I want to show you, I don't want to just tell you, so you're in for a treat today. I've been making smoothies every single day using that bloom powder, and it's honestly great. I've never been a big smoothie person, but I've been trying to, go on my little girly walks every day, drinking smoothies. I'm really trying to focus on my health. That's totally unrelated, but if you're healthy, you have more energy to sell digital products. So maybe it is somewhat related. For me, one of the biggest things that you need to do is create content. You have to lead people to your products or services, and the best way to do that is through social media. Other than maybe eventually investing in some equipment, like I have a Sony camera, I have some lighting here. Other than those things, creating content for social media is free. It's free marketing. And you can use platforms like Etsy or WooCommerce, but unfortunately those are somebody else's audience. They're always going to take a big cut out of it. And beyond that, it's just really hard to find your specific audience and the people that would be interested in your product. Whereas if you create content for your target audience, you are attracting the person that has the problem that you're solving with your digital product. But that's just an overview of the method. I'm going to start talking about exactly how to figure out what type of content to create, and in turn, what digital product you're going to create as well. Ew, it's so sticky on me. So the very first thing that you're going to do is find the sweet spot between what you're knowledgeable in, what you're passionate about, and what there's a market for. It's so important that all three of these things happen to make sure that this is a long-term business and a long-term plan that can continue to scale over time. A little story time, and I will keep this short, but when I first started on YouTube, we were just playing around, my now husband and I, and creating vlogs. And then with my life changing, so did my content. I started a trying to conceive journey, and I documented that. And then I provided tips on trying to get pregnant. And then I provided tips on being pregnant. And then I provided tips on having a newborn. And somehow that's what my content became. And it's the only type of content that people would watch, specifically the trying to conceive part. I would get tons of views per video, like 50 to 100,000 on every single video regarding trying to conceive, and my channel really started to flourish and grow. But here's a problem. I am not at all passionate about trying to conceive. I do love providing people tips and advice, especially in my own personal life, about going through it, because there are a lot of challenges with trying to get pregnant, and there's a lot of challenges with being pregnant and labor and delivery, and I love supporting people in that, but it wasn't my passion. It wasn't something I was excited to talk about. And behind every single video, though you're seeing this smiling face, it was all fake. I was miserable. I would cry because I had to film a video about a topic I just didn't feel passionate about. And, to get really vulnerable, I suffered through 3 miscarriages. And so I'm sitting here trying to encourage other people to try to conceive. And I actually had stopped my trying to conceive journey, and we have one beautiful, amazing boy, but I didn't really want to continue my journey, and it kind of became a traumatic topic for me in the beginning when I experienced all that loss. And so not only was I not passionate about it, but every time I did a video, my heart was breaking. And so I finally was just like, I am done. I threw in the towel. I unlisted every single one of those videos. As you can already see by the title, I am no longer going to be doing trying to conceive content anymore. And I started talking about what I was actually passionate about, which is this, creating an online brand, building businesses, working for yourself, staying at home with your children or your family or whatever it is that you want to do. Maybe it's just you want to be able to travel the world, and working for yourself can help you do that. So that's where I found passion. And so I moved everything over. It took a lot of rebuilding. And finally, I started growing an audience who had that problem, had the problem of wanting to work for themselves and just not knowing how. Boom, me. So I feel like it's so important to make sure that not only do you have knowledge in it, but you're also passionate about it, because if not, you'll start to see growth and then realize you're miserable. I'm sure you have seen some content creators or influencers just stop posting content and just leave their social media platform that has hundreds of thousands of followers or subscribers, and you're like, I would never do that. But if you're not passionate about it, you probably will. So though it's a very simple part of the planning process, it is probably the most important, because if you don't start there, you will get nowhere. We're actually just sitting on the floor of my office right now. I was just feeling the vibe of sitting on the floor today. We're gonna hop up to my computer and I'm gonna walk you through the next step. So the next part of the process, once you know what type of content you're going to talk about and you know the digital product that you want to create, you're actually going to make a little step before creating your digital product. And what you're going to create is a lead magnet. And if you're unsure what a lead magnet is, pretty much it is a free resource that you create, offer to your audience, they download it, and you collect their email address. It's so important to build your email list because we don't own social media. So if for some reason, like this whole crazy stuff with TikTok is going on, your social media account gets shut down without your control, maybe somebody hacks it, you just never know. You have an audience that you built up in your email list that you can email and say, hey, my account got hacked, I shut it down, here is my new account, please follow me over there to continue enjoying my content. You're able to then lead them where you need. And it's also a great way to directly communicate with your community. On social media, you make a post and sometimes your audience might see it. If you look at my analytics in YouTube, half the time my views are coming from people that are not even subscribed to me. You may not be subscribed to me and you're watching this video and you may not decide to subscribe, and that's totally fine. Your prerogative, which I totally recommend that you do because I create content like this all the time. But the point is, with email marketing, you're sending an email and directly landing in their inbox. So right now I want to walk you through creating a lead magnet in Canva. It is so simple. Honestly, I would just start using one of their templates. I actually offer a free template, I think a few templates, in my digital product growth plan, which I'll have linked below. It has all the resources you need to start and grow a digital product business. So check that out if you're interested. But honestly, you can do it yourself using Canva's many templates and probably even just using their free version, but I do recommend Canva Pro. So let's go ahead and just create a lead magnet. So the very first step in creating your lead magnet is you're going to want to find a starting point. You can use a template or you can start your design completely from scratch. I would do 8.5 by 11. I feel like that's a basic document size. However, starting from a template is going to save you a lot of time. So starting off in Canva, you just want to type in lead magnet and then filter it to Canva templates. Then you can just scroll through and find one that you feel like kind of fits your vibe, but don't worry, you can change fonts, colors, all of that. And if you want to see what the other pages look like, you don't even have to click it open. You can just put your mouse on it and let it scroll through the various different pages that are included in this template. Okay, I think I'm going to use this one. Very simple. It's a checklist lead magnet, which is a very popular lead magnet option. If you want some ideas on lead magnets for your business and your specific brand, comment them below. I will do my best to answer, or just find me on Instagram at shelbykayreeder and send me a DM and I will talk to you back and forth on some ideas and give you some inspiration. But once you find the template you want, you're going to hit customize this template. Now you can actually go through the template and make the needed changes to the fonts, to the colors. You can obviously change any images. For example, if you want to change this image, maybe your content is about healthy food. I don't know. You can put healthy food in the element section here. Go to photos and look at all these beautiful vibrant photos of healthy food. Pick one that you feel like fits your brand the best, drag it in, and you're already on your way to making this yours. Here you can talk a little bit about yourself. I would keep that. I think that's really great. Make sure to change this to your website. And then here you already have a checklist started. So funny enough, it says guide to choosing plant-based proteins. We're already on the right track. Change this to fit your advice and your brand. And then of course, here at the end, it's showing a call to action to an actual service. So here is where you can shout out your actual paid digital product and let them know, hey, if you want more help, then go here, and that would lead to your paid offering. You could honestly, if you already have the information you're gonna put in here, could get this done within minutes. So once you create your lead magnet, it's time to actually create your digital product, which is probably one of the more exciting parts of the process. Now I have a very specific workflow that I use to create a digital product, and it's all in my digital product growth plan. So check that out if you're interested. But to sum it up, ooh, it's a little windy. You just want to outline your product. You want to create it, something like Canva, or if you're doing some sort of video course or workshop, you can of course film using your phone or a camera, or edit it in something like Premiere Pro. DaVinci Resolve is also great, and it does have a free version. But once it's created, you're going to want to list it for sale. That's one of the most important parts. And you can do that on StanStore, which is the next step in the process. So thirsty, I ended up running a little bit, getting a little crazy, and went like 1.5 miles, so pretty happy about that. Anyway, let's talk about StanStore. StanStore is a recent discovery for me, and by recent I mean this year, and I absolutely love it. I really wish I would have known about this in the beginning. So if you're just starting out, StanStore is really the only platform that you need when it comes to selling and managing your digital products, email marketing, and all of it. But they're only getting better. They have email marketing, but they're actually improving it, and that should be released by the end of the summer. They're also working on a community feature so that you can host your membership directly in StanStore. They also have a course builder, so if you're thinking of having a course someday, you won't have to pay for a separate course platform. And then of course they have the ability to host your lead magnet and your basic digital products as well. I'm just super impressed with the platform. So once I discovered it and did my research, I instantly was attracted to it. And I've even had the opportunity to talk to the owner and founder, John, and provide him some of my ideas. And it's just a really cool group of people. Their Instagram is full of success stories selling digital products on StanStore. I highly recommend following it. They also provide a lot of tips for content creators, so go check that out. But once your digital product is done and you're ready to list it on StanStore, you're just gonna log into your account and go to your store tab and add a product, and from there you're going to choose what type of product it is, and then it's very easy to follow. For each of the product types, they'll have a tab that goes over what is shown on your storefront, and then another tab that really dives into the sales page, and that's where you'll put your pricing, and your actual digital product is in that section as well. I'm actually going to be doing a deep dive into StanStore over the next couple of weeks, going over every single one of their features. So if you're interested in that, make sure to subscribe and watch for that video soon.
A snuggle with Chicky Chick.
A snuggle with Chicky Chick? Oh, that's the best thing you could ever give me. Chicky Chick's your favorite, uh-huh. Oh, that's so sweet of you. So let's do just a small recap. So you figured out the topic you're going to talk about / the digital product that you're going to create by finding the intersection between your knowledge, passion, and what there's a market for. Once you've done that, you're going to create a lead magnet, and you're going to create your digital product. And also shout out again to my product, the digital product growth plan, that can really help you do that effectively. Once you create your digital product, you're going to list it on StanStore. It's very user friendly, but a deep dive is coming soon. So now what? You have your product, you have it listed on StanStore, you've developed your sales page, and now you need to tell people about it. So what you're gonna do is start creating content on social media. I love YouTube, obviously here I am. I also like Instagram, and I feel like those two things together are the perfect mix. But if you're wanting to start on something a little easier, I would recommend doing Instagram only first and then adding in something like YouTube, so that way you can get used to consistency and posting content, even practice with video editing with your reels and your short form content, and then eventually kind of upgrade to also starting a YouTube channel. But if you know in your soul that you want to be a YouTuber, go for it. Don't hesitate. Your videos might be a little rough in the beginning because you're learning, but it will get better and you'll feel more natural. I feel like one of the biggest things with starting YouTube, you're gonna be awkward. Your videos might not be the best in the beginning. You might mess up a lot more, and it may not feel natural to talk to a camera. I've been doing it since 2015, 2016, and honestly, it feels like I'm talking to you. I don't even think of it as talking to a camera. I feel very comfortable, and I feel like I'm just talking to like my husband, like my best friend, the person that I feel super comfortable with. So you will get there eventually. When it comes to the type of content that you're gonna create, you really just have to reverse reverse engineer. So your digital product solves a problem. And so for your content, you want to remind your audience of the problem that they have. So for me, your problem might be that you're stuck in a corporate job that you don't like, that you don't have any freedom to, travel and work for yourself, work at home. Maybe you have kids and you're a stay-at-home mom and you don't even have a source of income, and that's your problem. You want to have a source of income and still stay home with your children. Those are some of the problems that my audience might have, and my digital product growth plan solves that problem. It teaches you how to build a digital product business, which can provide you an income where you can work from anywhere or work at home and really have that freedom that you might desire. So your digital product is a deep dive into solving this problem. So in your content, you might want to share just that little bit of a snippet of, how to solve the problem, just giving them a little taste, and then purchasing your product, they would get a lot more help and a lot more information. You know how in malls or, Sam's Club, if you shop there, they give you samples, and then it kind of encourages you to purchase the item because you're like, ooh, that tasted really good, and now I have this hankering for it. That's what you're going to do with your content. You're going to give them a little sample of what might be within your digital product that solves their problem, and then hopefully they will enjoy that free education you provided, but realize it's not enough and they need more, and then they'll purchase your product. And then in your content, you're going to do one of two things. You're going to lead them to your free resource, your lead magnet we created, or your digital product. Don't be scared of sounding too salesy. The things that you offer are there to help your community, and you shouldn't be ashamed that you're trying to support somebody or help them with their problem. If you're in it just to sell things and make money, it might come off salesy. But if you are really here to help others in whatever it is that you're helping them with, it's gonna come across that way in your content. And especially your lead magnet, don't ever be afraid to offer something for free. People are gonna love it. If you say, hey, I made this free checklist for you based on this topic that you really need help with, why wouldn't they grab it? It's completely for free, and then they can go on your email list. You can nurture them there as well, and then maybe they'll purchase, 3 to 6 months from now. Or you can go straight for it and just offer them that little snippet, that little taste, and then let them know that you have a product that goes even deeper into it. And it's up to them if they decide to make the purchase or not, and you're not forcing it on them. You're just letting them know that there is something out there that could help them further. At first, you're not gonna see much results, and you're gonna maybe feel down, and you're gonna feel lied to, and none of this is gonna make me money, and I might as well just stop even creating content. There's gonna be a time where you get frustrated, or maybe you'll get lucky and you'll have a video blow up quickly within the first couple weeks, and you'll just be swimming in cash. But usually that's not what happens. What will get you to the point where you're making those big dollar amounts that we've all seen people making online is consistency and patience. If you keep posting regularly, maybe 3 to 5 times on Instagram a week, 1 to 2 times on YouTube a week, one of those or all of it, then you're gonna start seeing results. It's just a matter of time. There's a lot that goes into it. You need to focus on the quality of your content, the thumbnail or cover image of your content, the caption and wording and SEO, which is the search engine optimization, keywords, all of those things. You have to focus on all of that too. It's not just post content and it's going to be successful. Quality and consistency go a long way, and if you just keep going with it, you will eventually find success. People usually give up here, and this is where they were going to blow up. So if you quit right here, you will never see that spike. But if you just keep going and have consistency, have patience, eventually you will get there. One of the best digital products that you can start with is a guide. And if you want help creating a guide, watch this video here. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.